when the OG spilling out.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give a better chance to lead the team that wins.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Abraham. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The 20. 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run the counter. Dive. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. We'll look now at our starting defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On 3rd down, Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with the 1st and 10. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Abraham. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Outlaw. Check.
On 1st down, Wilcox fights him off. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
On 2nd down now, Wilcox, and a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. From the gun on 3rd down, Abraham. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll run on first down. Dive, and he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On second down, dive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Looking to throw on second down. Love. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Standing just about on his own goal line. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, Abraham. Open man here is Scott, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 62 yards.
And partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
On second down now, Wilcox, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Off the play fake, Abraham throwing right, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion. Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Ready? Clear.
Mike's by 4.
Five.
On second down, Wilcox. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Off play action. Abraham under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
A good gain there on 1st down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 109 yards.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, dive.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Love, incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready, break.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Big grip.
They'll run on 1st down. Wilcox. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Get it.
Call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's third down. The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Abraham. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Rush comes and they block it. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Taken in at the 22.
We got this.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down. Love. They've got his man complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All day, every day.
They run the counter. Dive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And he rifles one incomplete. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Love. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here comes the Rams punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. On the return, it's James. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Love. Finds an open man, Mariani. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Dive. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Back to throw. Love. Dye's got it, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And the Rams getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Abraham. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And to give this time to the tailback. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Standing about a yard deep. Rush comes and they block it. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times at the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
He'll field this at the 5.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
They can't hang with us.
On 3rd down, Wilcox. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. To throw on 2nd down, Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. The Vikings still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Hollywood Marquise Brown. A strong performance there. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 21-7, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They're running it.
Off play action. Abraham. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilcox. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On 2nd down now, Lytle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Wilcox. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
30 base.
They'll keep it on the ground. Wilcox. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners 17.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Abraham. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's the 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw. Love. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ready. 56. Check 56. Hey, time. Ready. Time go. Ready, go.
On first down, Dye. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Let's go. 90. Wolf. Come on, D.
They'll run on first down. Dye. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
To throw on 3rd down, Love, and Dye brings it in. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the gun, Abraham trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dive. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
But how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go now. 15 line. 15 line. Come. 2.
On 2nd down, Wilcox. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Ready.
Back to throw. Abraham. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Sanders on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Able to slither by. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown.
That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Operating from the gun. Love. He's got it to die. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Love. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Throwing on first down. Love. Complete. It's Johnson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. A quick throw, but incomplete. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They'll keep it on the ground. Wilcox. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. Off the play fake. Abraham. Wide open receiver complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now a give right side. Wilcox. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the fourth. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Love. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down. Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
35's the mic.
Back to throw. Love. His throw incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Single receiver. Anytime you ready. Double time. Ready, go.
To throw again. Love. He finds his man Johnson. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Let's go. 90. Full.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
And go.
On 1st down, Love. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down at the 28. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Love. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I got you, punk. 6 guys.
They'll keep it on the ground. Wilcox. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Got it. 51's the mic, boy. 51. Better bring it. You better bring it. Let me know right now. You better bring it. Be careful.
From the gun on 3rd down. Abraham. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Wilcox. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Los Angeles, they will indeed finish over 5.